Good morning, Mr. Irwan and the rest of my classmates that are awake. So my name is Qurratu Aini Putri Muhammad Amin, 005943, DMC 201904. And the name that I've chosen today is Isis, which is not the organization, but she is one of the ancient Egyptian goddesses. So I'm gonna explain from the start. It is believed that there are more than 2,000 gods and deities in Egyptian pantheon. Yes, 2,000. So these are some of the more well-known deities, like you have Thoth, you have Anubis, Atum, Horus, Set, and we have Osiris and Isis. Isis is the one that I'm going to talk about today. Okay, so Isis has three siblings, that is Set, Osiris, and Nephthys. Their parents are Geb, the god of the earth, and Nut, goddess of the sky. Osiris and Isis got married because like last time there wasn't any problem with marrying your siblings, so yeah. But today I will be talking about Isis specifically. She was originally not a well-known goddess. She had many roles, but the main roles are as a wife and as a mother, a mourner, and a magical healer. A mourner as in like she mourned for others when they died, like that. And Isis was a main deity for rituals of the dead, for the dead, and healing the sick. So her symbols are scorpion, from where um, there were seven scorpions. Sorry, protected. They protected her and her son when they were in hiding. The kite, which is a type of falcon, and empty throne, which represents her husband's death and when the throne was left empty, and the sistrum. Sistrum is a type of musical instrument. So I'm gonna tell a story on how Isis revived her husband, her dead husband. Yeah. So a long time ago, the god Osiris came to Egypt to rule as a king. So he brought the Egyptian people new laws and also taught them how to farm well and live peacefully in their villages. Osiris was a very wise and powerful king, and he was loved and respected by Egyptian people. Unfortunately, his brother Seth was very jealous of his brother, and he wants the power over Egypt, and he had a plan to kill Osiris so that he can take over the throne. So late one night, Seth tiptoed into Osiris' bedroom, and careful not to wake Osiris and his queen, the goddess Isis, Set, sorry, Set measured Osiris's body from top to bottom and from side to side. And the next morning, Set took the measurement to a carpenter who made a beautiful wooden chest decorated with bright paint and sheets of gold. And that night, Set threw a huge party to invite Osiris as the guest of honor. So the night was spent eating and singing and dancing and also playing games. But but for the final game, Seth brought out a huge wooden chest and he announced that the first person to perfectly fit into the chest, they would win the game and they will get to bring home the prize. So one by one, each of Seth's friends climbed into the chest. Unsurprisingly, no one was able to fit into the chest, which was obviously custom made for Osiris. So finally, Osiris stepped into the chest and he laid down. The chest fit him perfectly, like ngam ngam, just as Set has planned. And as the moment Osiris laid down, Set closed the lid and sealed it shut. And then he and his friends brought the wooden chest to the Nile River and to dump it in. So knowing that Osiris would never be able to survive. So when Isis heard the news of her husband's death, she was extremely upset and she rushed to the riverbank. And after several days of searching, she found the wooden chest, like nearby. Isis opened it and removed the dead body of her beloved Osiris. And while she was crying, Isis hid Osiris' body into the river grass. She didn't want Set to find Osiris' corpse before she could perform proper rituals and would allow him to pass into the afterlife. So late that night, Set returned to the Nile to make sure Osiris' body had washed away. The chest was nowhere to be found, but after searching the riverbank grass, he found the body of his late brother. So furious, Set cut Osiris' body into 14 pieces to make sure that the body was never found again. He hurled the pieces all over Egypt. The next morning, Isis returned to the river with her sister, Nephthys, and her friends to perform the necessary rituals, only to find Osiris' body gone. So Isis transformed into a huge bird and flew high over Egypt. Using, a sharp, Using her sharp vision, she was able to find all the pieces of the body to put Osiris back together. And with the help of Nephthys, Anubis, and Thoth, Isis performed a great act of magic, and very carefully they begin to sew Osiris' body back together. I'm sorry, wait. Yep. Where was I? Okay. They worked together day and night, night after night, and the body was once whole again. They wrapped it in strips of linen. Of the full moon, Isis used powerful magic to bring her husband back to life. Osiris embraced Iris and thanked her and her friends. He told them that he wouldn't be able to stay in the world of the living, and he explained that when he died, he needed to travel to the world of the dead, and he would become king of the afterlife. So before he left, Osiris told Isis not to worry because she would soon give birth to a son named Horus, who would defeat Set and become a great protector of the Egyptian people. And by taking back the throne from Seth, Horus would restore order and peace to the universe. So sometime later, when Horus was born, he was hidden away and kept safe from his evil uncle Set. So okay, at this point there's another story which has 7 scorpions protecting them and stuff like that, but that one another story. So I can't tell now because got no time. So when Set grew up, he finally confronted. Sorry, when Horus grew up, he finally confronted Set, and they violently fought. During the fight, Horus' left eye was poked out, but it magically came to life. Later on, Wajid, or Eye of Horus, became powerful symbol to promote healing. Although Horus was a winner, there was still a large question who legally had power to the throne. Set believed that as Osiris' brother, he was the rightful ruler. But Horus argued that he should be proclaimed king since he was Osiris's a legitimate heir. So, but ultimately, it was decided that Horus would rule on earth as king, and Set was banished forever. Yeah. So the end. So I want to say like if there were no intentions to make fun of um anyone's belief during this presentation. If anything, please inform me and I will apologize to you personally. Yes.